What's going on, everybody? We've got a really interesting knockout slate here, and this is the kind of stage where the smallest details matter. At this point in the tournament, teams are not just being judged on talent, but on how well they handle pressure, how organized they are, and whether they can keep doing what has worked for them so far. That makes today's games very different from the group stage, because one mistake can send a team home. So let's get straight into it and break down the matchups one by one. First up, England against Congo. On paper, this should be a heavy favorite situation for England, and the price on Congo reflects exactly how big of an upset this would be. Congo have had moments where they look competitive, including a draw against Portugal and a comeback win against Uzbekistan, so they are not arriving here without anything to show. But this is still a massive step up, and the expectation is that they'll spend long stretches defending deep. England's overall defensive achievement has been outstanding. They've put together a huge run of clean sheets in competitive football, and that gives them a very strong base to work from. They have also shown that they can control possession and limit opponents to very little, even in games where the final result has not always gone the way they wanted. That kind of defensive control is exactly what matters in knockout football. The real question is whether England can break down a low block and stay patient enough to do it. Congo are likely to sit very deep, make the game awkward, and try to force England into long spells of sterile possession. But if England stay organized and keep pressing the same way they have in recent games, they should eventually find the breakthrough. For me, the cleanest angles here are England to win, under 4 goals, and England to score in the second half. I also like the idea of both teams receiving a card, because a knockout game with a deep defensive setup can usually turn a little physical. My score prediction is 2-0 England. Next up, Belgium against Senegal. Belgium come into this one with a mixed-looking path in the tournament. 2 opening draws were not enough to satisfy expectations, but they did bounce back with a big scoring game against New Zealand. That matters because it gives them a better attacking reference point heading into a knockout match. Even if they have not been at their sharpest throughout the competition, that last strong result gives them something positive to build on. Senegal have been one of the more resilient teams in the tournament. They've shown they can attack, they've shown they can respond under pressure, and they've had the kind of performances that keep them alive in tough groups. Their recent results also suggest a team that does not back down when the game gets difficult. That is a major factor in knockout football, because teams that can stay in the fight usually create value deeper into the match. What stands out most with Senegal is their late-game energy. They've been scoring in the second half repeatedly, and they've been strong at turning matches around or staying competitive until the end. That makes them dangerous in a game where Belgium may not be fully trusted to control things from start to finish. I think this is a close one, and the better angles are built around Senegal staying competitive and Belgium being forced to work late. I like Senegal over 2.5 shots on target, Senegal over 3 corners, and Belgium to have more than 2 corners in the second half. That combination matches the way this game could unfold if Belgium chase it and Senegal keep attacking. My score prediction is 2-1 Senegal, though a draw after 90 minutes would not surprise me at all. Finally, the USA against Bosnia. This is the type of matchup where the underdog has enough structure to make things uncomfortable. Bosnia have been involved in a lot of tight, physical games, and that shows up in the card numbers as well. They are a team that can make the game messy, force contact, and keep the pressure high on opponents that expect to be in control. That makes them very live to frustrate a team like the USA. The USA, though, have also shown a strong pattern in recent games. They've been very good at scoring first-half goals and putting pressure on opponents early. That gives them a clear path to taking control if they can start quickly and avoid letting Bosnia turn the game into a grind. The key battle here is whether the USA can break through before Bosnia settle into their shape. If they do, the match could open up. If they don't, then Bosnia's ability to slow things down and keep the game tight becomes a major factor. That is why this one has draw or extra time energy to it. For the betting angles, I like both teams to score, both teams to receive a card, and a first half goal. My score prediction is 1-1, with extra time very much in play. What stands out most across these games is that the knockout stage is rewarding teams that can stay organized and stay calm under pressure. In this kind of setting, it is not just about who looks stronger on paper, but about which teams can keep their shape, avoid mistakes, and handle the tension of a one-game elimination spot. England stand out because their defensive record has been the most reliable of the group, Senegal stand out because they keep finding ways to stay alive late, and Bosnia stand out because their style can make the game messy and uncomfortable for anyone. That means the favorites are still the safer-looking teams overall, but they are not automatic by any means. The betting value comes from matching the right trend to the right team, and that is where this slate gets interesting. England's control and clean sheet record point toward a patient win rather than a wild, open contest. Senegal's second-half scoring trend suggests they're more likely to grow into the game and create their best moments later on, which makes them a live underdog throughout the match. Bosnia's high-card profile points toward a physical, stop-start game that could stay tight for a long time and force the stronger team to earn everything. That is exactly the kind of tournament football where small edges matter most and where the details can decide the bet. What I like about this board is that every angle has a clear reason behind it. England's matchup looks built around control, patience, and a strong defensive platform. Congo can make the game awkward, but that is exactly why the under and the card angle fits so well, because it feels like a match where England may have to work for every breakthrough rather than blow the doors off early. Senegal's angles also make a lot of sense when you look at how they've been finishing games. They have that late push, that second-half energy, and the kind of attacking threat that can keep them in the game even if they're not controlling it from the start. That is why the shots on target and corners numbers stand out, because they suggest Senegal can still put pressure on without needing to dominate possession. Belgium and Senegal feels like one of those games where the pressure can shift back and forth. If Belgium are chasing parts of the match, corners become a very live angle, especially in the second half. At the same time, Senegal have been good enough to force chances and stay dangerous, which is why both teams to score has real appeal. And then with USA and Bosnia, the profile is pretty clear as well. The USA have a strong habit of making their mark early, but Bosnia have the sort of disruptive style that can keep a match tense and physical. That makes both teams to score and both teams to receive a card feel like the right kind of combination for a game that may not settle easily. The strongest theme today is that the teams with the clearest tournament identity are the ones that stand out. England bring the elite defensive base, Senegal bring the late-game pressure, and the USA have a strong early scoring pattern. Congo and Bosnia can make things awkward, but in knockout football, the sides with the stronger structure usually have the better path forward. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who's betting these games tonight. It really helps the channel grow, and it makes a huge difference in helping me keep these daily picks and breakdowns coming for you. I appreciate every bit of support, and it means a lot to keep building this with you all. I'll be back with more picks, more breakdowns, and more value in the next one, so make sure you stay tuned. Catch you in the next video.